All right, Passarians, I want to welcome you to the video on systems word problems using substitution. Excited to have you here, and make sure you smash that like button. Tick the notification bell so you don't miss out on any of our videos, and subscribe, okay? We are solidly over 230 subscribers now, and if we get to 1,000, I will give my my e-block class a pizza party, okay? So if they can do it, we're solidly over 230. If we hit 1,000 subscribers, pizza party. Okay, an exam worth 145 points contains 50 questions. Some of the questions are worth 2 points and some are worth 5 points. So we want to kind of highlight that. We get some questions that are worth 2 points. Guys, when I say highlight it, I mean like literally highlight it. Some are worth 2 points and some are worth 5 points. And we know that the points is 145. So I kind of want to like think about this. I want to know how many 2-point questions are on the test. So why don't we say X is the number of 2-point questions? And why don't we make Y equal the number of 5-point questions? Now here's my question to you. We need a total equaling 145 on this test. So when we go to the right side and we start an equation, I want that whole equation to equal 145. Equals 145, the total amount of points. Now, if I took some 2-point questions, how many points is each 2-point question? Don't overthink it, people. How many points is each 2-point question? Yes. Nice. The answer came in class. 2 points per 2-point question. Very good. And how many points per 5-point question? Nice. The answer came 5 points. So that means if we took the number of 2 points, right, and we multiplied it by 2, let's say we had 6 2-point questions, that'd be 12 points. 8 2-point questions, that'd be 16 points. 20 2-point questions, that'd be 40 points. So we're going to take 2 and multiply it by the number of questions. And then, does anybody in this class, shout out to my eBlock 2026 class, do you have the rest of the equation? What do we get to add? 2 points for every 2-point question and 5y. 5 points for every 5-point question. Now, we also know that this test has how many questions on it? Can somebody just shout it out if they know it? How many questions? 50 questions. Nice. So we also want a total of 50. You see how I like to put the totals first? Now, what I want you to know about is that this equation is all about the number of points. This is all about the number of points. And this is actually all about the number of questions, the number of Q's. Well, how many 2-point questions are on this test? Do we know? No. But what are we using to represent them? What represents the number of 2 points? Number of 2-point questions is X. If we took the 2 points and counted them, we'd have X of them. What if we took the 5-point and counted those? We'd have Y of those. If we took them and counted them up and then added these ones and counted them up, together we'd have 50 questions. This is your system of equations. Now, great news for you right now. This is what I love to show you. I'm excited to show you guys. Once you get to this point, see you later word problem. This isn't a word problem anymore. This is just a nice little worksheet, right? It's no longer a word problem. We'll make it a word problem later. But for right now, this is a worksheet. Now, if we were using substitution, because we haven't really done elimination yet in this class, would we use the top or the bottom to solve out? Would we want to solve the top equation out or the bottom equation out? And for X or for Y? Bottom equation, nice, smart. And for X or Y, or does it not matter? Y, okay, cool. Doesn't really matter. It could be either one, but I'm going to go ahead and solve the bottom for Y, which will give me, if I subtract X on both sides, right, I'll have Y equals 50 minus X or negative X minus 50. Some of you prefer to do that. That's no problem too. I'm going to take this, which is what Y equals, and I'm going to substitute it right there. The pink equation is going to go into the purple. The pink is going to go into the purple. So I'm going to write the purple equation. I'm going to stop in just a minute. I'm going to write 2x plus 5. Boom, stopped. Why did I stop? What has to go here? Boom, this guy's got to go there. 50 minus x. So I'm going to put parentheses, and I am going to change colors to 50 minus x. And that's going to come out to 145. Now, many of you will be like, all right, I'm good to go. I can solve this. I don't even need you, Mr. Passeri. I mean, I'm not offended. It's fine. That's kind of the whole thing, is to get it to a point where you don't need me. But I'll solve it out anyways. I'll just kind of quickly go 2x plus, 250 minus 5x equals 145. Now I'm going to skip around a little bit. I'm going to subtract 250 maybe. Or perhaps I'll subtract 145. I think I'll subtract 145 on both sides. This might throw you a little bit, but it's okay. So we're going to end up with 3x on the right side. And on the left side, if I subtract 145, I'll get 105. You might have them swapped, or you might have this, by the way. Just a little aside, you might have this. Right? This is also okay. Smiley face. We're okay with that. I didn't like having a negative, so that's why I did that. Let's bust out the old calculator and see what 105 divided by 3 is. 35. So it looks like there are what? Can we put this into words? What? What does this mean? 35 2-point questions. Now we know there are 50 questions on this test, correct? So how many 5-point questions are on this test? You might kind of be able to do that in your head. There are 35 of these. And what are there? 15, because the total of questions is 50. We could also go here and put in 35 here. If we put 35 here and subtract it, we'll get y equals 15. 15, 5-point. So 35 of these and 15 of those. Does that make sense to you? Okay, cool. Now, if you're watching at home, I would maybe encourage you to pause the video and try a problem. This problem is a little bit different, but if you did pause the video and try this problem, the Lakers basketball problem is a lot like it. We may skip it for this video. We'll see. Okay, we got 2 small pitchers and 1 large pitcher. They hold 8 cups of water. Let's just see how we're doing on time. Oh yeah, we're doing okay. Turns out students' focus, it's shrinking and shrinking every year. It gets less and less. So I have to make my videos shorter and shorter every year. But it's okay. 2 small pitchers and 1 large pitcher can hold 8 cups of water. So that reaches a total of what? A total of what? A total of how much water? Thank you. The answer came 8 cups. Only took me a few times to ask. 2 small and 1 large. How would you like to define the variables? Would you like to use x and y? Would you like to use s and l, a and b? X and y. So if they're asking for each pitcher, right, aren't they basically asking for the water in the small pitcher? Can that be x? And the water that the large pitcher holds? Maybe that should be y. So we'll define our variables like that. Now, if we had 2 of these small pitchers, that much water is 2x. And we had 1 large pitcher, that's just 1 large pitcher, that's just y. You cool with that? You cool with that? Okay. We also have 1 large pitcher, and they also said minus 1 small pitcher is 2. So that reaches a total of 2. That's 1 large minus 1 small. Ooh, there's a little trick here. Do you know what I have to do with this one? Can somebody tell me? It's slightly weird what they're trying to do here. 1 large minus 1 small. Is that x minus y? It's y minus x. Very good. It's y minus x. You see that? 1 large comes first, so y comes first minus a small. Can throw some people. It's not the end of the world. I like solving for y in the bottom. It looks pretty nice to me. So I'll add x. We don't have to solve for y, but students love solving for y because they're used to it from the previous unit. And then we're going to take that and put it right there. So I'm going to start writing in purple. And when am I going to stop? I'm going to write 2. Why don't you just yell out stop when it's time for me to stop? 2x plus. Wow, guys, you almost let me write that down. That was nerve-wracking. So we're going to stop as soon as we get to y right here. We're going to stop. And we're going to put x plus 2. We could put parentheses or not. You're supposed to shout it out when you know it, guys. That's 3x plus 2 equals 8. That means that 3x equals 6. We're starting to skip some steps here. That means that x equals 2. I know I'm off the screen, so my bad. Okay, I think that the small pitcher holds 2 cups of water. What do I think the large pitcher holds then? The small pitcher holds 2 cups. So small pitcher holds 2 cups. Large pitcher, any ideas? Holds what? Well, the large pitcher, take away a small pitcher, is 2 cups. So if I'm thinking about it this way, the large pitcher, I don't know it, take away the small pitcher is 2 cups. I could basically just put this 2 in for x right here, right? I could put it there. Y minus 2 is 2. So if I add 2, I'll see that the large pitcher holds 4 cups of water, and this is our final answer. That's it. That's systems and word problems in a nutshell, okay? What I want to do is I want to have you guys set up the equations on the back. So this would be a good time to pause the video and give this next problem a try. I just want you to set them up. All I want you to do is define your variables and write what you think the 2 equations are, okay? Just define your variables and write what you think the two equations are. I'll pause the video. I'll ask you to do the same, and we'll talk about it in just a minute. All right, friends, so now that you pause the video, I'm going to show you what I got for the equations, and I will use my underlining. So I got children and seniors. So C, children, child. Let's make that X. Senior. Let's make that Y. So I know that 43 people attended. So as soon as I see that, I know that X plus Y is 43. Boom, that's it. And then I see the money equation. This is the numbers equation. This equation is all about the number of people, just counting. This equation is all about money, okay? You guys like money, right? 6. There you go. Oh, it wasn't just child senior. Sorry about that. It was child and adult. I made a mistake. Whoopsie. Child senior cost the same. Okay? So that means that child seniors are 6. So 6x plus adults are 8. 8y, and that's a total of 312 in the money equation. So that's the setup, and then you would have to solve. Now think about what you would do. You'd solve for probably x or y in the top. I do want to make it obvious that you can solve for x, guys. Don't freak out about this. You can actually take this and just get x equals 43 minus y, and you can plug that there. That's okay. But I think this video is long enough because you know what I said about attention spans. We'll see you in the next video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and tick that notification bell. Peace.